Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Terry Silver betrayed Kreese during the events of the Karate Kid 3? So in this timeline, the events of the Karate Kid 3 would still happen. Kreese would still go to Terry Silver, and Terry would still agree to get revenge on Mr. Miyagi and Daniel. So Terry Silver would still hire Mike Barnes. Those events would stay the same. Mike would still intimidate Daniel, and he would still mess with him. And much like in the original timeline, Daniel would still want to defend his title, but Mr. Miyagi wouldn't want to train him, and the events of the Karate Kid 3 would continue. Terry Silver would still introduce himself to Daniel and Mr. Miyagi, and he would still agree to train Daniel. So Daniel would still train with Terry Silver at the Cobra Kai dojo. Those events would stay the same. Terry would still teach Daniel the Quicksilver method, and he would still make his knuckles bleed. Terry would laugh, but this is when he would remember how he felt in Vietnam and all the suffering he had to go through during his training, and this is when Terry would have a change of heart. So Terry would tell Daniel that this has gone far enough. Daniel would be confused, so Terry would tell Daniel that Kreese wasn't actually dead, and that this was all a plan to get revenge on him and Mr. Miyagi for beating him at the tournament. He would say that Kreese was planning to make a comeback during the All Valley, and that their plan was to torture him during the final fight. Daniel wouldn't believe what he was hearing. Terry would even tell him about Mike Barnes and how he hired him to terrorize him. Daniel would be mad, and he would confront Silver, but Terry would say that he had a change of heart, and he would apologize to Daniel for everything that he put him through. Daniel would be mad, and he would leave, and the events of the Karate Kid 3 would continue. Daniel would tell Mr. Miyagi everything that happened. Mr. Miyagi would be happy that Daniel was okay. The next day, Mike would confront Daniel, and he would still want to fight, just like in Terry Silver's original plan. But this is when Terry would show up, and he would tell Mike that their deal was off. Mike would be confused, and he would think that this was part of Terry's plan, but Terry would say that he changed his mind, and he would give Mike a check, and he would say that it was over. So Mike would apologize to Daniel, and he would leave. Terry would once again apologize to Daniel, and he would tell him he didn't have to fight, but if he wanted to, he could train him for real. But Daniel wouldn't trust Terry Silver anymore in this timeline, and Daniel would decide not to compete, so the events of the Karate Kid 3 would continue. Eventually, Kreese would come back from Tahiti, and Terry Silver would tell him everything. Kreese would be mad, and he would confront Terry Silver, but Terry would say he wasn't going to follow his orders anymore, and that he wasn't going to ruin a kid's life over a high school karate tournament. Kreese would be mad, and he would fight Terry Silver, so Terry and Kreese would fight, and Kreese would get the upper hand, but Terry Silver would use the Quicksilver method on Kreese, and he would use a silver bullet, so Terry would defeat Kreese in this timeline. Those events would carry on. Daniel wouldn't show up at the All Valley tournament, and Cobra Kai wouldn't compete, so someone else would be the All Valley champion, and Mr. Miyagi would continue to train Daniel, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Terry Silver betrayed Kreese during the events of the Karate Kid 3? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.